I don't know you, so I'm trying to get to know you. So I would want to see what you...
You're trying to get to know me by knowing what my body looks like?
I mean, of course.
Hey y'all, welcome back, and we are doing another Pop the Balloon session where I'm going to be reacting and pointing out things that I see as a licensed therapist. And if you are new, I am Sia, the Transparent Therapist, and I help women unpack their trauma so that they can have longer lasting relationships with themselves, others, and Christ. Now, if this sounds like something you're interested in, please hit the subscribe button, but be sure to hit the like button because it helps the algorithm understand that there are people just like you who are interested in being a part of this community. So let's jump in.
Okay, let's bring out our next single lady. Hello, welcome in. Okay, what's your name?
Not the audacity is crazy.
What's your name?
Alicia.
Alicia, how old are you?
I just turned 29 last week.
Okay, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And what do you do?
I'm in sports marketing.
Okay, what are some things you like to do for fun?
Okay, so I love powerlifting. That's like my go-to. I train Muay Thai.
You train what?
You could tell that she's really bothered by these pops, especially in the first, pop. She's just like, oh, the audacity.
I train Muay Thai. I don't know. I really like to draw. I'm not good at it. I like hiking and being in nature. I don't know, just like vibing.
Okay, yeah. And what do you look for in a man?
I don't know, definitely. I'm more of a personality girly. Okay. So like you have to be funny and like enjoyable to be around and not like...
I want to stop here really quick. Sapiosexual. I talked about this in the other Pop the Balloon episode that some people are not really attracted by looks. What they really want is someone that can hold a conversation that can stimulate them emotionally and logically. And it sounds like that's what she wants. Like
too serious, but like also have your life together. So like not too unserious. But yeah, I'm a personality girly, so I can't really it's not that tangible.
Okay. And what are some deal breakers?
Needs therapy or not currently in therapy. I really value someone who can look intrinsically and understand themselves. If you can't communicate, if you immediately get upset and block me or disappear, gotta go.
Okay.
If you're not into anything active, like you don't have to necessarily be a power lifter, but like play basketball or like go for a hike, just something like take care of yourself to some extent. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, no problem.
I guess I do know actually. So.
All right, we got some pop balloons. Let's go on over there see why they ended up popping.
Shared values when you're dating is actually so important. So not just values as in religion, but values in lifestyle, right? Because she says she's a power lifter, which tells me she's probably in the gym a lot. She likes to lift heavy. Maybe she's not looking for another power lifter, but she's looking for someone that is very health conscious or maybe body conscious, meaning that they want better for themselves body wise, right? Or health wise. And I think it's very important because a lot of times we might get into relationships based off of attraction, and attraction alone does not serve the soul.
All right, your name and age?
I'm Sammy. I'm 30.
Okay, Sammy, why did you end up popping your balloon?
You're beautiful. I think you have a great aesthetic and you have great energy. I do think you're a little bit all over the place for me. I think there's just a lot going on and pulling you in different directions. I would like my girl to be a little bit more focused and centered in different ways. Also, like one of the statements that you made, I didn't understand. You said you didn't want somebody to automatically like block you or and it's like, why are people blocking you? Like I don't know, like, so I don't know, it's just a lot for me personally, but I think you're gorgeous and I think you're great.
Okay. I think that's actually a valid question. I actually don't see men blocking women very often. It's not something that is a tendency of theirs. So is she being blocked because she is badgering someone? We can only go off of speculation. She hasn't really explained why she's being blocked. I don't know if she's going to, but sis, people are blocking you. And for females, right? So as a female, sometimes we'll block someone because we don't want to see them. right? And we don't want to be triggered. And sometimes I will tell my clients, like, if you have to block someone, go ahead. But I just find it very interesting because a lot of men are just like, no, I'm not blocking her. Like, you know, I just don't have to see her. And I guess on certain social media platforms, you can mute, right? Or you can block someone's number. But for her to know she's blocked also means that she's probably still lurking.
That's fair. That's fair.
Is he someone that's your type?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I don't really have a type though. I'm like more personality, but it's like I'm not unattracted to you.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And I like the sunglasses.
Thank you.
Indoors is crazy, but I like the sun.
All right. Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
My name is Walter, and I am 32. And I popped my balloon because the whole outfit. I'm not feeling that jacket, and then the.
It's my favorite jacket.
See, yeah, that's yeah, and then it kind of.
Yeah, her outfit is fire. Okay, I love jackets like that. So I have like a very sporty vibe. I could be cute, but I like that. The thing here is when people pop off of appearance, I feel like style is something that can be changed, right? If that person is willing to change. It's just a conversation you can have with somebody. But if it's just like, hey, I'm not changing, then fine, you know, so be it. But I think style is definitely changeable. What somebody wears is changeable, especially if a person is dressed based on how they feel that day. But hopefully he has a deeper reasoning.
Initially kind of like, why are people blocking you? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on for you to even make that statement? So that must mean something's going on. And I also think you're like great energy, but like more like jittery, like jitty, you know? And which is cool, but it just ain't for me. You know? I'm like more chill.
Okay. All right. So,
oddly enough, I am very like all over the place. I have high energy. I love just talking, just like live, laugh, love, unironically, ironically enough. But I do tend to end up with guys who are more reserved and kind of like the opposite of me. I don't know, maybe I just like gravitate towards the balance, but I do understand why that would be the complete opposite of you and why that might not be like your vibe.
No, for sure. Yeah, you have great energy though and a great smile, so good luck, for sure.
And then let's go down over here. Your name and age.
My name is Jay and I'm 31.
And Jay, why did you end up popping your balloon?
It was the tattoos on the hands. I mean, I can't bring
these are fire. You have lost your mind.
I just can't bring that home to my mom.
Can we like pause?
Now they look good. I'm pretty sure they look good.
Okay, so she does have high energy, right? Maybe she's a little hyperactive. And I don't want to judge based off just what I'm seeing, but if I were to judge based off of what I'm just seeing, she does have high energy. Based on the things that she says she likes to do, I'm wondering if she is maybe she has a bit of ADHD, but more hyperactive onset facing versus like attention, because it sounds like she is very attentive, right? I don't know, when you have people who are very hyperactive or are dealing with ADHD, sometimes their attention can go, but sometimes it can just be hyperactivity. Like they're always going to go, they're always doing something, right? And it's just the stimulus, right? It helps the stimulation of their brain so that they can focus. I know it sounds crazy, right? But sometimes the attention part is like, hey, I can't keep attention. I'm wondering if that's what's happening here. Also, I get it. Like some either people are going to like tats on hands or other body parts that are unusual versus not, right? So some people might like people with face tats. Some people might not. Some people might like people with hand tats. Some people might not. So I get it. Her reactions are actually very funny though.
I just can't bring it home to my mom's.
That's crazy.
You know? So
they're my favorite. Oh my gosh, I love those tattoos. I actually got like to speak to me being all over the place. I got them impulsively.
Yeah. All
at once, and I just loved. I was literally planning out what I wanted.
Impulsivity. Okay, impulsivity is definitely an attribute of someone with ADHD. And other things too, but she's kind of presenting ADHD to me.
While they were actively tattooing this, because
wow.
Okay. But everything else look good on you. Everything else, your smile, your eyes, your hair, you look good. I like your outfit.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And now is he someone that's your type?
I like, probably not like off the bat, but I'm more of like a conversationalist. Like So maybe, like, it's hard for me to say I don't judge people based off of like, yeah, I'm really a personality girly.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Right. We did get a pop back here. Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm Jesse, I'm 31. Well, like, basically, like the last thing you said, I noticed you said like impulsively. So like, it made me think that you are a person that is very impulsive. And with that can, because I used to be really impulsive.
Yeah.
And so that just is a plethora of things that could go wrong, you know? I don't want to say that's the reason you maybe get blocked, or maybe you might do something impulsive. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. And I don't know, in your tattoos, I like them, but it's kind of giving me like, I don't know, I feel like you're like really are you into horoscopes?
No, I'm not like an astrology girly.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're thinking. I'm not into
but
that,
anyways, but it was mainly just an impulse thing. You're beautiful. I wish I could like see more of like your physique, because you say like powerlifter, so I'm assuming you got like a nice physique, but I can't tell because the jacket is cool though. But yeah.
Fair enough. Right.
Now, is he someone that's your type? I know you're a conversation, but you know, if he approached you, is that something you would go for?
I wouldn't say no.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Thank
but
you.
you're beautiful though. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. And we got one more down there. Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
My name is Kevin. I'm 31 years old, and I popped because like your face card is super valid. It's just like not the fit, but the jacket. It's like I can't really see what you're working with, so it's like I don't know. And I kind of like my girl's like a little more like slim. You know what I'm saying? But you cute as hell though, but it's really just the jacket. It's like, I mean, the fit is cool, but I don't know why you put that jacket on though. You shouldn't have did that. You should have put that jacket on.
Okay, so I'll tell you why I put the jacket on. One of my friends told me that I'm looking super pale right now. Pale? And they said that I need like a pop of color because if I wore all black, it would be like tragic. So
it's not even the color of the jacket. It's just like, it's super big. It's like a big ass jacket. Like
I'm into like more streetwear vibes, so like you probably wouldn't like my day-to-day outfit.
I mean, that's cool like on the day-to-day, but I don't know you, so I'm trying to get to know you, so I would want to see what you...
You're trying to get to know me by knowing what my body looks like?
I mean, of course. I got to be attracted to you initially, right?
If you had a balloon, I would...
Why? Because I want to see what your body look like?
I mean, kinda, yeah.
I'm saying, I mean, if I'm going to be with somebody, I want to know what they look like, right?
Okay. I mean, okay.
So now...
I mean, I'm just saying, like...
Is he someone that's your type?
It's giving Kevin Gates a little bit.
Gates?
Yeah, a little bit.
My name is Kevin, though.
Okay, period.
Hold on, Kevin Gates is light skinned, though.
Kevin Gates?
He's light skinned.
You like kind of resemble him a little bit.
He got curly hair. Like I've never heard that. That's Kevin Gates.
I didn't mean it.
Nah, I'm not taking offense, but it's just like it's like me calling you like you giving Kelly Rowland a little bit. It's like, huh? It'd be like, what? You see what I'm saying?
No, but I hear you.
Yeah,
right,
but you cool though. You cool though.
See, I couldn't even keep her laughing for that one. It's giving Kelly Rowland. I think they both have valid points, right? I don't know if she was trying to be modest on purpose, but modesty is, amazing. If so, but she's just like, hey, why do you want to get to know me based on my body? And he's just like, well, if I gotta get to know you, I need to know what you look like. And I think they have both valid points. I think they're just thinking they have different perspective, right? So if you remember what she said, she is not really here to look at people's faces. She's just like more of a personality person, maybe more conversationalist. She gets fed that way. Men, some men are more attracted by appearance, and I do understand his stance too. Just like, well, I want to make sure, you look a certain way. He also said, I want to make sure, or I prefer people that are slim. Well, she's not. If she's a power lifter, she's not going to be that slim, right? If y'all know power lifters, they're very bulky, so I think both have valid points.
Okay, we've got two guys left. Go ahead and ask them a question. We might as well stay over here. There's only these two.
What do you look for the most or value the most in a partner?
I'll start with him and go back. Your name and age, and what do you value most or look for in a partner?
Kevin, 33. And what I'm looking most in a partner is communication. That's one thing that I learned. That's the foundation of any relationship, especially if it's long distance. at the end of the day, like if the communication is not there, I can see where a bunch of miscommunication, complications, anything along the relationship that can cause obstacles can come into play. So communication.
Okay. Name and age and answer to her question.
Franzi, 33. A woman who's, I'm looking for a woman who knows what she wants. You know, she got something going for herself. What else? She's got emotional intelligence. She knows what she wants. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. Any other questions for the guys?
Yeah, what would you consider your biggest like opportunity for personal growth?
Okay.
Biggest opportunity for personal growth. Okay, so I got my career, you know, and my aviation, and I got my business that's up and coming. My as far as that goes, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. You know, I'm reading, so you know, I'm still trying to grow as you know as life goes on. So, if that answered your question.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm sorry. That was more about like your career, but like as a person, like as an individual. Like I know that a lot of people value your career and blah 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 in like today's society, but like just generally as an individual, what do you think like
things I can work on?
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Things I can work on. I'd say better communication. That's important. So I've had, you know, some communication issues back then, and so I know that's important. So I like to, you know, be stronger at communicating with my partner.
Okay, that answers it now? Okay. What about over here?
I would have to say my faith in God. I don't know if you're a religious person or not.
I just got baptized a couple months ago.
All right, sweet. Congratulations. But I would say my faith, because I had a traumatic experience about 2 years ago when my brother passed. Praying, and then a few months after that, my cousin passed, and so I didn't give up on God, but my faith did decrease. So that's something that I'm constantly working on now as far as my prayer life. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right. Guys, any questions for her?
What are some things that you like to grow on? Growth.
I think I could hone in. Oh, sorry. I think that I could hone in a bit more on kind of. I could have a better understanding of who I want to be and who I am. I, to their point, am very impulsive. Like I really enjoy living in the moment, and I really value that for like my history and my environment that I grew up in. I really value just like being comfortable and being who I am in the moment. But I do understand why a lot of people are kind of like taken back by that, because it's the opposite of what most people strive to be to some extent, right? But yeah, I at the end of the day, like I don't know, I work really hard to be a good person and maintain my values and my morals, and I'm like really major empath, so I like that's my other one. Like I am a little too understanding, because I can see. I feel like I can see through people and understand like why they're acting the way they are, but my problem is I use it to justify their behavior rather than just understanding and saying that's not for me. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. Any questions here?
Yeah. So when it comes to a long-term partnership, what are your key values?
Definitely, you have to be able to communicate. Like I'm a very anxious person, just generally. Like I don't want to have to guess what you're feeling or guess what you're thinking. I would rather hear a hard truth than try to make something up in my own head and fill in the blanks. So I really value communication, maybe even over communication. I forgot what the question was halfway through that. What was it one more time?
When it comes to a long-term partnership, what are your key values?
Okay, and then just kindness and maintaining your own person. I have dated some men who have kind of tried to morph into me and, you know, like take on my values and take on my hobbies and my beliefs. And I want someone who is just comfortable in who they are, and we connect as separate individuals together. You know what I mean? And then outside of that, maybe just like, or aside from that, maybe just like faith, to your point, like I just got baptized. I'm really making strides in like my relationship with my God. And I also understand that everybody has a different God, right? Like even if we're in the same religion, everyone's understanding and interpretation is slightly different. And just like understanding that and valuing and appreciating someone's other version of faith. So.
Okay. All right.
Okay, let me speak to this because I spoke to this on Love is Blind as well. We can recognize that there are other faiths, right? And she actually holds a good point because even in the Christian faith, I'm going to assume she got baptized through Christianity. I don't know if any other religion does baptisms. I'm not sure. But I understand her saying like appreciating other religions. I just don't know if I would have used, I can understand there are other religions, but if I am going to be partners with someone, I'm going to need them to actually hold the same values I hold and the same beliefs. And I think she was saying that she had partners that kind of morphed into her line of understanding. And I don't think that's actually a bad thing. You actually want to be equally yoked, not unequally yoked. And I think that's the problem with people today, where we are thinking like, oh, it's going to be okay if we have different values or religions. But at the end of the day, it's not, right? Because you have to bring up your household, and a household cannot be divided, right? There's that. And then also her anxiousness, right? She says she's anxious in relationships. And I think it kind of brings back to the anxious attachment. Obviously, I have to understand what's going on in her life because she could also just have a disorganized attachment. If you guys don't know what attachment styles are, go look at my other videos. I have a plethora of videos on attachment styles and what that means and how it shows up in relationships. But yeah, I understand why she might want someone to over communicate, but that doesn't really scream security to me. It screams like, hey, I want to be in control. And that's typically what happens in anxious attachments. That person who is pursuing the anxiety just secretly just wants to be in control of the situation because not knowing gives them a lot of angst.
Right. So I do have to throw this question in there because something came up the last round. So are kids a deal breaker for you? No. Okay.
I don't have any, but
you don't have any. Okay. Yeah. All right. You want? Okay, go ahead. I think you should mention this.
How many? How many? Don't.
Is a limit a deal breaker?
Oh my God. If you gotta ask, how many baby moms? You gotta think about it?
No,
I'll throw up.
4.
Baby moms or kids?
Baby moms.
Yeah.
The woman was too stunned to speak respectfully. Are you serious?
Yeah.
He looking for a 5th baby mama. What?
No,
I'm just kidding.
absolutely not. That was in my younger days. That's something that I can believe we can have a conversation on the side. But
how old are they? If that's
my oldest is 13. I got twin 7 years old. 6, 5, 4, 5 girls, 1 boy. Yeah.
5 and 4 with 2 different people.
5 girls and 1 boy. So 4 women and children. The mother of my children.
Okay.
Is that a deal breaker? I respect it if so.
She taking too long.
But I like
you're hesitating too long.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna give it to you, Deepak. I like your
I'm
vibe.
literally so sorry. That sucks that like it's literally like past experiences that are
understandable,
but like beautiful at the same time, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. Right. I like everything about it. I like the tattoos. I don't know what my boy down there was talking about, but I like the tattoos.
He's just making up excuses back there.
I don't care what the body looks like, but the face is there, so it is what it is.
Okay.
But thank you.
All right, got our one last guy here. Now, is he someone that's your type?
Maybe. I don't do physical types.
I mean, based off of what you've heard from him so far, did you like what you heard?
Oh yeah, actually, you know what? the communication thing really took me out the game, because that's like just knowing my personality, I would have about 5 different heart attacks trying to get you to communicate. If that's where you struggle, you can pop.
Yeah,
it.
but
fine. I won't be here.
I mean, that was my past. So I done grown past that issue that I had.
Okay.
So I'm in a better place now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that that's something you're still like actively trying to figure out.
No. That's something in my past. So I'm in a much more better place now.
Okay. Then yeah, why not? We can try it. You didn't like that response. I can tell you didn't like that response.
Okay, well.
All right, so I found some hesitation on her end. Do you feel like popping? Are you hanging on to it?
I mean, she cool. I'm feeling her. But, there was a little hesitation on her end.
Yeah.
So, I don't want, if somebody's into me, they're going to be into me. There's no hesitation, they're going to let it be known. So it seemed like she's not for sure about what she wants.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
Damn.
Right, cool.
Hesitation. I feel like it's hard, especially when you are a person that is attracted based on personality, right? It's like, okay, well, I only know but so much in these 5 minutes that we're talking. So I do understand, but I do understand that gentleman's perspective too, right? It's just like he wants somebody that's sure. And this is why it kind of gets hard when you're sapiosexual and you're dating, especially when you come in on a show like this where it is partly based on attraction. But all right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more reaction videos, let me know. The like button, let me know in the comments below. Have you seen this episode? Will you see the episode? I'm going to link it in the comments box below, or the description box below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Join the community. I give a plethora of knowledge on all things relationships, trauma, and Christ. So I will see y'all. Walk good. Keep the vibes high. I'll see you in the next video. So click the next video. Bye.